Hello and welcome to episode 46 of Soccercraft. In the last episode, we built up this drowned farm behind me, and in between episodes on a live stream, I kind of decorated this room up a little bit to kind of make it feel a little bit more cozy. And part of the reason was because all the XP was falling off the farm and I didn't want to create more lag because we're actually starting today's episode off with a little bit of a problem. So our problem today comes from the live stream where I was building this up. I came down to the bottom of the farm to do a little bit of repairing of things, and there were still zombies getting up on the glass here, so I raised the glass there, and while that happened, a creeper popped down from this ridge right here, and we had an explosion right here, and I thought I patched it up, but it turns out there was a hole. So I was probably running the farm for about an hour and a half with just zombies pouring into the ocean with items in their hands, making it so they don't despawn. So basically whenever I do this, it gets really dangerous really fast. But this isn't even the worst of it. If we head over here, it starts to get very laggy, and you can start to see why. Oh, this is going to be a bad idea. I don't like how much it's lagging already. Alright, we go down here, and you can see the army. Oh, I lost all my frames. Okay, let's get out of here. I can't look at I can't even look at them. There's too many. So yeah, we're starting today's episode off with a pretty big problem. And I'm going to treat this problem just like I treat most problems in my life. I'm going to ignore them and hope that they go away. Let's just farm up more copper. No, but seriously, I am going to procrastinate on taking care of those guys for a little bit because there's a little bit more work I want to do to this farm to see if I can make it a little bit better. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great farm, but I am having a few issues with it. One of them being it being the cause of there being probably about 3,000 drowned in the ocean around here. And the other one is the storage. Basically, all we have is a bunch of chests running to here, and then this sucks all the rotten flesh out to feed it back into the system. But this one chest gets filled up really quick. I mean, it'll get a lot quicker once all the stone is still out of the system. We're still running through the stone. I think it's gonna be filled up with rotten flesh soon. Let's see how far it's filled up to. Alright, so it looks like we're getting up to here. Is this one filled? Okay, that one's filled. This one's probably not filled yet. Okay, that one's not filled, so we're starting to get to the last few parts of it needing to be filled, which is nice, which means we're not going to have to worry about running out, and hopefully means we'll get all of our stone back pretty soon. But yeah, like I was saying, we're having a lot of issues with the storage, and it actually has to do with all of the armor that gets clogged up in here. Playing on hard difficulty, you get armor on most guys, and pretty much every swipe I'm knocking off a bunch of armor, so it doesn't take long for one double chest to get completely filled up. So you really actually can't AFK here, which is a little bit of a problem. What I have been doing is I've just been grabbing all of the armor into my inventory and basically everything that I don't want to keep. And we just go to this chest at the back here, which is basically just a duplication of what we have going on here, spitting out the rotten flesh. But it's a trapped chest, so it doesn't actually start draining the items away until the chest is closed. So if you accidentally put something in here like your good axe, you can take it back without worry of it getting sent out of there, unless you just completely don't notice it. So I'm going to go off and do some storage upgrades to this. We'll add some sort of item sorter, and we'll probably reroute the rotten flesh to get sent down in a little bit different fashion. But I'll bring you guys back when all the redstone's done, and I'll show you what I added and what I moved around. Welcome back. We did a little bit of redstone work here to make it so that we can actually AFK here. So basically now all of these are set up to only store copper. I don't need to collect any more of the heads. I've gotten a ton of zombie villager heads and a ton of drowned heads from this already. So I'm going to start getting rid of those. And basically just collect the copper from this. And then over here, we have still where the rotten flesh is draining out, going into this dropper right here and being sent down below. And then everything that's not rotten flesh gets sent along to this item elevator, up into the water stream, and if it's not copper, it just gets sent off the back over here. And now that all the item sorting is set up, we can now properly AFK at this farm. So that means maybe I can try to do an overnight AFK session tonight and see just how much copper I can get from this farm. Welcome back. We got about 8 hours of AFK time in, and we filled up one double chest and got just a little bit more. So I guess each of these represents 8 hours of AFKing, and I definitely don't think I'm gonna AFK for 5 days. So we've got plenty of storage. I don't think I have to worry about this thing getting too filled. Especially since in the long run, this really isn't that much copper. It only comes out to being 6 stacks of blocks, but 6 stacks of blocks more than I had before, so I'll take it. I did, however, have one problem over here that I fixed during that AFK session. I guess it wasn't completely AFK, but I had to make it so that we had 2 sets of droppers bringing the items out, and I also made it so this chest splits off in 2 separate directions, and I did everything twice so that it had less strain on the system. But now I would say that this farm is finally fully AFKable. So that means I can't really keep on procrastinating on all the drowned that are out here in this ocean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into a live stream and try to take out all of these drowns. And I'm gonna record a bunch of replay footage so you guys aren't gonna miss it, but oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this. Yeah, I'll see you guys when I get back from this live stream, and if I'm not at 317 levels when I get back, you guys will understand why. Welcome back. That was easily the most fun I've ever had on a live stream, and I took out all the drowns without dying. I actually ended up coming back here and AFKing a whole bunch more, and we got a whole bunch more levels, and now I've got tons of copper still. But while I was AFKing here, I think there still is a little bit of a leak. Let's turn on hitboxes. Yeah, you can see there still is some drowned who have made their way out here again, but it's way less than it was before. And also, judging by the look of this and the small hitboxes, I think this is all baby zombies. So there's something in the farm that's causing baby zombies to be able to escape easily. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. And as you saw in the replay mod footage, we decided that using TNT was a really good way to take out these guys. So I would just lure all the zombies over here, put a piece of TNT on here and drop it down on them, and I was laughing so much during that live stream. So yeah, big thanks to chat for suggesting TNT. That was a great idea. Okay, so now that that drown problem is mostly sorted, I say we grab up some of this copper, craft it into blocks, and see if we can get a little bit of building done in the Sun Warrior Temple. Welcome back from what I think was actually probably the longest time lapse in my episode history. But I hope you enjoyed it, and the reason it took so long is because we got so much done in the Sun Warrior Temple area. For example, while walking down this path, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new houses that we made in that time lapse, and we've made everything overgrown with all the grass. And we took the design for palm trees from the Misty Palms Oasis, and we made sure to get a bunch of them in this area. And of course, we also added in a bunch of our custom cactuses around, and this place is just looking so fantastic. Let's take a look at this place from the sky, and it just looks so filled out, except for this spot here, but I actually really have no idea what I'm to do with this spot here. If you guys have any ideas, I suggest leaving in the comments down below of what I could do with this area here. But other than this, the area is so completely filled up, looking great, and we're ready to move on to the next areas of the Sun Warrior Temple area, which is this part here and this part over here. So down here we're gonna call stage 2, and I don't want it to be too much. I just want it to be kind of like a desert forest of cactus, that being the cactus that we have in the village over there, just scattered through here, and maybe we can come up with something else to make this area a little bit more interesting as well. And back here is going to be stage 3, but we're not going to reveal what we're doing for stage 3 yet. If you have any guesses, leave them down in the comment section below as well. And I've got to talk about the armor stand scene that I made in one of the many live streams that went into making that time lapse. Over here we added the Cabbage Man, offering the Sun Warrior Temple villagers cabbage, and I know this definitely would not happen in the show because this is supposed to be a secret village and all, but I wanted to add it in anyways because I actually need to add him into all of my builds. I have been planning to put him in everywhere, but we finally got a chance and thought of it today. Well, when I was building this, so yeah, I made sure to get him in here. And now the last thing that I want to look at in this area in today's episode is I want to talk about how I'm planning on lighting up this area. And how I'm planning on lighting up this area all depends on if what I've heard about 1.18 being true is actually true. Now in 1.18 there's some rumors about the light level needing to be 0 rather than 7 in order for mobs to spawn, and if that happens I think that is a great thing because there's so many light sources in the game that kind of are completely pointless. Like glow lichen, I think it's a really cool light source, but it gives off a really low light level, so it's actually not very viable for lighting an area up. But with the new update, it would actually at least give a little bit of light. So for an area like this that needs to look overgrown, it would be a really cool looking light source to add some texture to everything, make everything look really mossy and like what's going on there. And it would light up the entire area and actually stop. I forgot about the rockets. It would make mobs stop spawning. Wow, I tricked myself. So in between episodes, I'm going to collect up more glow lichen and place it all over this Sun Warrior Temple area because that's all the time I have for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Water Tribe, out.